Superstar quarterback Tom Brady and supermodel Gisele Bündchen announcing after 13 years together they've finalized their divorce.
Tom Brady finally breaks his silence, and he is not happy with how Gisele Bündchen is coping so well after their split. It's like every bad thing is happening to him, from his divorce to losing his NFL rings. Now he's losing his wife to none other than Pete Davidson. How bad can this get? The athlete and his supermodel ex-wife recently announced that they're having a divorce after 13 years of marriage. It seems like Tom isn't ready for this, but Gisele's already had her bags packed years ago. She was just waiting for the perfect time to drop the bomb and walk out the door. Just a few days ago, Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen have finalized their divorce. Gisele looks like she's having the time of her life, as she said, "The decision to end a marriage is never easy, but we have grown apart, and while it is of course difficult to go through something like this, I feel blessed for the time we had together and only wish the best for Tom always." Tom, on the other hand, is having the worst time. In fact, he called all this drama very painful and difficult. The divorce landed in the midst of his 23rd NFL season and amid his first 3-game losing streak in 20 years. This happened months after the 7-time Super Bowl champion put an end to his short-lived retirement, which only lasted 40 days. We actually think that if he stuck to that retirement, maybe there's a chance that he wouldn't be divorced right now. It turns out that Gisele has been feeling lonely for years because her husband loves football more than anything else. We actually already expected this to happen because rumors have it that she's been living by herself for years, not getting any support from her so-called husband. Call that an independent woman. It looks like she moved on from Tom already because there's so many reports about her and Pete Davidson dating. If you think that this is too fast, especially after 13 years of marriage, you gotta consider how Tom's first love was and always will be football. You may even say that Gisele has basically been single for years. There's no need for a rebound or a break from dating if you've been that lonely for that long. Being with someone for 13 years might be tiring and all, so Gisele is probably looking for someone who is the complete opposite of her ex. And Pete Davidson definitely fits the part. You probably already heard of Pete Davidson because he had dated a lot of celebrities. By a lot, we mean from Kaia Gerber to Kim Kardashian to even getting engaged to Ariana Grande. He's dated them all. Pete already established a name for himself as a comedian, but this long list of celebrity girlfriends will steal the spotlight.
They have this idea of him that he dates all these hot girls, and he does.
Pete's actually a really great guy, so there's no wonder a lot of women like him. He's got the wits and maybe even the looks. So what more can you ask for? He and Ariana Grande were in a relationship together for a pretty long time. We ended up wondering why they even broke up. A lot of sources say that the relationship was perfect and that the two were meant for each other. But then Ariana's ex, Max Miller, passed away, and she realized that her relationship with Pete was moving too quickly. A few years after the massive heartache, Pete was actually the one who swept Kim Kardashian off her feet after her controversial divorce with rapper Kanye West. Pairing them up was the cutest thing, yet when they suddenly broke up, all of their fans and even us on the internet were left in shambles. We can't say we didn't see this coming because Kanye was literally attacking him for dating Kim. The breakup would have happened eventually, but you know what's also inevitable? Pete dating a fellow celebrity who's also broken-hearted at the same time he is. So here comes Gisele Bündchen. We can't deny that the two are in the same exact situation. Hollywood drama, divorce, breaking up. The spotlight is always on Pete and Gisele, and people are starting to ship them together. The supermodel may be the next in line on Pete's roster of famous girlfriends, don't you think? The Hollywood drama is starting to push them to each other. Call it fate, call it karma. We're starting to like this ship, and we can't wait to see it sail off. Gisele better put her shoes on because there's literally so many women in line for Pete. Martha Stewart is one of them, since she admitted that he's cute and that age isn't a thing when it comes to this. One of Pete's exes, Kate Beckinsale, even supports this relationship. The actress was recently caught red-handed liking a meme about the Tom and Gisele split speculation and featured the photo of a smiling Pete. This was the time when Tom and Gisele's divorce wasn't even final, nor was the ink on the divorce papers even dry yet. So imagine the support Kate has now that the marriage is completely over between the two. Is that how much of a good guy Pete is? Gisele shouldn't let him go. Now's her chance. Odds are Pete and Gisele will most likely end up together, and it's something we can't deny for sure. There's even a bet online who will be Gisele's next partner. And you guessed it, Pete is on the top of the list with Jason Momoa and Leo DiCaprio with him. But it's obvious that the two other celebrities have their relationships respectfully. Their fans are going crazy online when shipping them, and now they're making edits of the two hanging out together. They're just like paparazzis. One fan said, "I don't want to see any more drama with Tom and Gisele until Pete Davidson takes Gisele and the kids to Chuck E. Cheese." While others added, if Pete Davidson winds up dating Gisele Bündchen, he will officially take the crown for celebrity GOAT boyfriend. And I'm not a smart man, but there has to be some type of irony involved there. And if Pete Davidson signed a deal with Adidas and started dating Gisele, I think we all just need to come to terms with the fact that Pete Davidson should be the supreme leader of the entire planet Earth. No questions asked. It's going to get crazier than this. So please, Gisele and Pete, just date. The best part of this is that Pete is a lot better with family than Tom Brady, and that's something Gisele is looking for. Remember when we said Pete had tattoos of Kim K's kids on his body? Yep, that's something Gisele really wants.
Since I was a little kid, I was like, since my dad died, I was like, oh, I can't wait to have a kid. And like, again, I don't like saying corny shit. Like the reasoning was because I was like, I don't want a kid to ever feel like how I feel right now.
Imagine, she's been lonely for years. Of course she's going to want a family man like Pete. Tom may be the dad of their kids, but we bet Pete would be with them a lot more than he is. He's cool like that. Actually, Pete once mentioned that he really wants kids already, so we know he's in it for the long term, unlike someone out there. Gisele really wants a partner who invests their time in her and her kids, and Tom wasn't the one to do that. He totally neglected his relationship with her. It appears that Tom actually wanted to fix their marriage, but it was a little too late for that. One of their close friends revealed that nearing the end of their marriage, Tom was trying to make things work and to make things right. But at that point, it was too late because she gave him a lot of opportunities to fix things and he didn't. Yikes. What do you expect from someone you'd pick a sport over? He couldn't even last a year of retirement. Hearing that makes you think that Gisele really deserves someone a lot better than Tom. So now hearing all the rumors about Gisele and Pete Davidson dating, Tom Brady is probably regretting everything he's done. Maybe even regretting on retiring. The game Pete has when it comes to dating is crazy. There's no wonder Tom feels totally insecure about this. He and Gisele are both legally single, so he literally has no right to get mad at her and her probable new beau. In the end, Tom Brady really can't let go of his first love. And that's not Gisele. It looks like the athlete is so mad at what's happening because the divorce has led him to perform badly at his games. His performance in the NFL isn't going as smooth as he expected it to be. See, being single isn't all fun and games. It must suck to know that your wife would prefer Pete Davidson over you, we know. But in reality, it's really Tom's fault for treating Gisele that way. He's claiming now that he wants to focus on his kids, but shouldn't he have done that since day one of starting a family? He can't do anything else, not even retire once more, because imagine how pissed he'd get if he'd retire mid-season to try to patch things up with his ex, only to find out she's dating Pete Davidson. He should get over them dating and just leave them alone. Thanks for watching.